What is up, fellow Facebookers? So, you gotta order at least 1 or 2 pizzas when you make the decent money, because why not? I ordered a pizza earlier. There's a review of it coming up on YouTube. A friend of mine stopped by and I offered him a slice. That's just good hospitality, I suppose. But yeah, I had a slice on camera and another slice off camera, and my friend had a slice. And would agree that it's a delicious choice. Yeah. Even though I didn't hold the camera right when I started the video, the dog video turned out really good. You know, it captured Wyoming weather and its natural element, Facebook. Sipping on some delicious Coca-Cola. Watch out. Now the wands will be in the mail tomorrow. Yippers. I gotta get the wands in the mail tomorrow. And all the orders have been processed. They're all tubed up. I brought up a fairly good point on my pizza video. And, yeah. It's rather cold outside, and I didn't want to keep my friend waiting. He came over to hang out for a bit, and he left. And Alex is a good friend, you know. A lot of people talk shit, but they don't know. So, yeah. I get why people do it because they have my best interest in heart, but I do need to gather some laundry money up, so I might do that before mailing wands off. That's the thing of it is when I get hungry, I get depressed and angry, and the combination of the two is not good. Which will make you do and say stupid shit. But then as I'm sitting here watching these pizza videos on YouTube, I'm just like, oh, son of a bitch. Ended up breaking and ordering a pizza from Domino's. Which, to be fair, I don't have any groceries and I haven't eaten very much in the last couple of days. So, yeah. Got like $144 coming in from Google AdSense. That's most definitely what's up. Which it's not much, but I mean, it's better than nothing, you know. I'm starting to make a difference on social media. I finally ended up breaking and saying, you know what, fuck my eating disorder. I'm ordering a pizza. And right after I ordered it, I decided to make a quick video. The pizza got there just in time, or got here just in time for me to at least review a slice before homie showed up. Yeah. One of the topics I brought up in my pizza video was this culture of slut shaming that we live in. Of course, whenever anyone hears that word, they're immediately triggered, like, ooh. But female empowerment comes in different forms. Some women feel empowered wearing makeup. Some women feel empowered doing other things. So whenever I see women attacking other women for wearing makeup, to me as a male, it just comes off as pure jealousy. You can sit there and argue about how it makes them look like a stereotypical female. The argument doesn't work with women. Now, if it was a guy getting some chick pregnant and then not sticking around for the kid, or some guy treating women like shit, yeah, that argument would work for men because men do that kind of shit and it's disgusting. That's pretty much the point I made in my pizza video, which is uploading to YouTube. Because whether or not you wear makeup doesn't physically affect anything. Wearing makeup is a personal choice, a freedom of expression and creativity, the way I see it. And there are several reasons why some women don't wear makeup, because they think it's empowering to say no to the female stereotype, or because they're not pretty enough to wear it, or they don't feel like they're confident enough to wear it. It's a variation of the three. And that's why you see a lot of women attacking other women for wearing it on social media. It's just for jealousy and personal opinion, which is a key factor. When you see a lot of people getting attacked on social media for having a personal opinion, a lot of it is just jealousy and personal opinion. You know. But case in point, women shouldn't have to be overly sexual on social media to gain approval. Don't get me wrong, as a guy, I like seeing the occasional sexy pic, but at the same time, women shouldn't have to objectify themselves on Instagram and Facebook just to gain approval. And with this slut-shaming culture we live in, you tend to see this kind of crap. Women just flaunting their bodies because it's empowering, yes. And there's nothing wrong with being proud of what you have, but I saw this one female YouTuber who models bikinis on YouTube, and she has a gorgeous figure, but apparently she's gotten a lot of comments from perverts on YouTube. So here she is modeling a bikini, and as soon as she leans forward, she covers her cleavage like that. But then she'll be standing up talking like, and so covering it when she leans forward doesn't do shit. It's just drawing more attention to it. And this is the problem with it. You get a lot of women who use their bodies to get attention on social media, and as soon as they get the attention, they throw a bitch fit. Pardon the bad pun. It's like, okay, you take your car to a car show, right? And then you get pissed off when people check it out. Then why'd you take it to a car show? And that's the thing of it. you get these women who know they're gorgeous and they know they have X, Y, and Z, etc., etc. And they know that some part of their body's gorgeous, so they're going to show it off. And when they show it off and get the attention they want from people they want, they don't bitch and complain. But as soon as the wrong guy gives them attention, it's sexual harassment. You cannot peacock for the opposite sex and then choose to pick which member of the opposite sex checks you out. It doesn't work like that. And here's the best part of it. Women are allowed to have standards. I'm not saying this to attack women. I'm saying this to tell it like it is, you know. Women can have all the standards they want, but as soon as a man tries to date a woman for the way she looks, he's a pig. But if women date a man for the way he looks and for how much money he has, oh, well, all of a sudden, it's just a woman and she has her needs, you know. And that's complete horseshit. And that's the thing of it is not all women are like that. Not all men are like that. People don't just date people for looks. You see a lot of it on the dating scene, but there are real people out there trying to make real connections. And social media makes it a bit more fickle if you're on the dating scene. People are using Tinder as an excuse to get a one-night stand or a cheap meal ticket or to pay off student loans. They're not using it to make real connections, and it makes online dating look sleazy, in my opinion. When people are using online dating for all the wrong reasons, it makes online dating look sleazy as fuck. And that's not fair because there's a lot of people who are like, you know, I probably could find someone on there, but I don't know. That's kind of sleazy because the way people treat it and use it, you know. The truth of it is, if you're using Tinder to get a one-night stand, you're too afraid to go out to a bar and have drinks with adults your own fucking age. Put yourself out there in the real world. You find comfort hiding behind a keyboard because you're afraid that people will reject you, and rejection up front hurts. At least when you're being rejected in the comfort of your home, it doesn't hurt as much, does it? No, I get why some people use online dating. It's hard meeting people in the real world sometimes, and the comfort behind your keyboard seems a bit more safe. And, you know, if you're getting rejected by someone on screen, it doesn't hurt nearly as bad as being rejected by someone face to face. But if you can't admit that to yourself and at least trying to go out and have fun at a bar every once in a while, then you're not living life. And that's what separates me from a lot of these people is even though I'm autistic, occasionally I go out to the bar and I socialize and I meet new people. If it doesn't lead anywhere, that's fine. At least I'm putting myself out there, not just being an awkward ostrich with my head in the fucking ground. You know? And the way I figure it, if I can get over my social anxiety just speaking to people on YouTube and Facebook, then what's it? How is it any different in the real world? Because in the real world, there's just as many assholes as there are on social media. So how is it any fucking different? And if you don't give a shit about the assholes on social media, why should you give a shit about the assholes in real life? You know what I'm saying, Facebook? And that's something to think about. Is if the assholes on social media don't bother you, then the assholes in real life, they're not going to be jack shit, dude. Some of the assholes I've dealt with on social media were a lot worse than the assholes I've dealt with in real life. And that's no lie. They say things happen for a reason. So while you're sitting there pissed off because maybe you lost a job You lost a girlfriend. That's part of life. You're going to lose things like that. But that doesn't mean that better opportunities won't come along. And even if you have to wait a little bit for that right opportunity, one day it's going to happen and it'll click into place like it's supposed to, and things will start getting better again. It's only a matter of time, and right now you've got nothing but time on your hands. So what kind of pizza did I order, you ask? Well, you'll have to find out when I do the pizza review for YouTube. I did order a hand-tossed extra large pizza with Parmesan white garlic sauce and double the cheese. But what toppings did I get? Well, that'll be for when you find out on the YouTube video, I suppose. I did end up getting 2 cups of garlic butter to smear on top of it. And they put the garlic butter in the pizza box, which keeps the butter warm and melted. Just different variants of what I like to eat. And it still tastes good to me. Like, I haven't had a combination that I didn't like. And people are going to hate on it. That's just the nature of things. But I feel like it's kind of unfair, like, for women to judge other women like that and then complain because society judges women too much. Ow! That kind of logic makes my fucking head hurt. I'm sitting here like, anybody got a fucking aspirin? Like, the hypocrisy of it just makes my fucking head hurt. And that's Red Pill Lynn's thinking. It's completely unfair for women to complain about how society judges women and then turn around and judge other women for wearing makeup. Like, huh? And then you got women who are complaining because people are making obnoxious comments. Like, if you're posting videos on YouTube modeling bikinis and you have big ass boobs, what the fuck do you expect's gonna happen? People are gonna be all nice and polite. You're gonna get some pervs, yeah. And even if you block them from your channel, they can still log out and watch your videos. You know, if you're sick and tired of getting comments on your boobs, then stop using your boobs to get views on social media. I understand that sex sells, but when you abuse the power of it and then you don't like the consequences, that's your own damn fault. And it doesn't even matter what the video is about. If the thumbnail includes a chick with some boobs showing off some cleavage, it's going to get a lot of clicks. But you know what's just as bad as, okay, here's the thing of it. If a woman sleeps with one dude, that's the thing of it. If a woman sleeps with just one dude, she gets called a slut. You know what's just as bad as that? Being told that all men want is sex. These two negative agendas towards the genders work against each other and with each other. It creates a negative precedence amongst the genders. It makes the dating scene way more complicated than it needs to be. You know, it puts all this pressure on men to have sex, and it puts all this pressure on women to be their most perfect, and it's bullshit. It's complete and utter bullshit. What's cracking like and Dana Smith? How you doing? just ranting and raving on Facebook, using the power of social media to spread the good message. Because when you look at this all men want is sex negative stereotype, it makes women entitled to dick like no other. So if a man rejects a woman up front, oh, what? It's because you're gay, isn't it? No, I have a wife, and I'm pretty sure she kicked my ass and X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they just got out of a bad relationship and they're not looking to date right away. Or maybe they have a girlfriend and they're not interested. So what? This is why women have a harder time with rejection up front and men have a harder time with breakups. Well, think about it. If a woman breaks up with a dude, she's over it a lot quicker than the dude is every time. But if women get rejected up front, oh, they lose their shit. Acting like their pussy's made out of gold and diamonds. You know, you can't call upon that kind of attention and then restrict who gives you that attention. I mean, to a degree, it doesn't work. If they're not physically full on trying to assault you, then what the fuck are you complaining about? You're peacocking for the opposite sex and guys check you out. Take it as a compliment. You're attractive. You know, sitting here accusing every guy that checks you out of, you know, visual rape or whatever the fuck they want to come up with. Fucking reverse sexism kind of bullshit. I don't even know anymore, dude. Like, the terms they come up with anymore. Reverse sexism. What the fuck is that shit? Because sexism is sexism, period. It doesn't matter what gender you are. And this negative stereotype that all men want is sex. That's just as negative, in my opinion, as saying that all women belong in the kitchen. That's just as negative as saying that, in my opinion. It's a negative stereotype, and it separates the genders instead of uniting us. And would the dating scene be easier if we were united instead of fighting because this gender said this, well, that gender said that, well, this gender can do this, well, yeah, well, this gender can do that. Fucking stupid. Sitting there saying he said, well, she said, that's not going to get you anywhere. Sitting there pointing fingers, well, he said, she said. That doesn't help the dating scene, that just makes it worse. And if people are too focused on the differences instead of focusing on what makes us similar, then sexism and racism continues to exist, and that's just the cold hard truth of it. We're all human beings trying to survive. We all bleed the same color of blood. Shouldn't that be enough to unite us? What should it matter what gender you are? What should it fucking matter what race you are? Because in the end, we're all the same race. If you really think about it, we're all racing in the rat race of life, just trying to make our ends meet. We all share human DNA. So whether you like the person or not, you're still a part of it. So it doesn't matter what these haters or trolls say or do. They're still connected to me because of the DNA. It's human DNA. It's in all of us, even if we're not related. No, I am a different person when I'm hungry. You're right about that. And sometimes humans are stubborn. We don't like to admit when we need help or when we're struggling. We'll continue to struggle until we make it. And then once we make it, we're like, all right, doing good again. Give it about 2 days after I ship the wands out, I'll be making another batch. Gathering sticks again. That's all you can do at this point. I could start looking at other options for handheld wands. Case in point, here's a wand I'm working on for a friend of mine. It has copper and leather in the handle. That's pretty cool. I want to put a crystal in the end of the handle right here. Get some copper wire to like tie off on the end around the crystal and then back down onto the handle. Yeah. I figured you gotta celebrate, man. You gotta celebrate the success of your wand business when it's doing good. You know, you can't let the haters get to you. And believe you and me, the haters have been trying to get to me for a hot minute, using every tactic they can use to fuck with me the last couple of days. And I'm still sitting here saying, fuck the haters. The dang pizza video is just about done processing. That's the video I speak of. It's the pizza I ordered from Domino's, and, you know, a little bit of an insightful red pill rant to go with it. I'll tell you what, Sadie looked quite sad when I was leaving, like, oh. I assured her that she wouldn't be alone for long, that the family would be returning. It's really quite heartbreaking because Sadie's last 3 families had abandoned her. And because of that, she has abandonment issues. So she's very clingy to the family she's with because those dogs are taken care of, trust and believe. In fact, when Lily went to the vet earlier, the vet said she had to lose a little bit of weight, which, you know. That's understandable. You gain a little bit of weight during the winter time because it's cold out and it keeps you warm. But yeah. Now, when Sadie's abandonment issues, she's very clingy. So whenever me or the family is there, you know, she gets very clingy and very excited because, you know, and breaking a dog of their abandonment issues is tough because they're used to being rejected. So, you know, yeah. That's why you're seeing Sadie jumping up on me. You know, she's not aware that her claws are very sharp and they're covered in snow and they're sharp as shit. All she sees is, oh, hey, it's Josh. And she's excited to see me. So she's jumping up on me, you know. Yeah. And being as I have more patience with dogs than I do humans, I understand that. So as much as those claw marks might hurt, I know she doesn't mean to hurt me. She's just excited to see me. She has a family that loves her and takes care of her, and that's a good feeling. Dogs are just like humans, man. You got to raise them right. And if you don't treat them right, they're going to have trust issues. And it's no different with the dating scene, dude. You want my honest, red-pilled opinion? The dating scene is like a dog. If you abuse it, there's going to be trust issues. People are going to sit there and, you know, they're going to sit there and be like, oh, well, I don't trust X, Y, and Z. That's why when you actually get a solid partner that respects you and doesn't treat you like shit or just use you for sex and money, it feels good, doesn't it? When you meet somebody that doesn't just use you for sex and money. Yeah. And that's the thing of it. You never, ever, ever see chicks buying drinks for dudes in a bar. You always see dudes buying drinks for chicks in a bar. So the idea of male privilege is a lie. Now, if I say that, I get called a sexist immediately because, oh, it's just because there are some men who have more power than women, you know, big whoop. If you live in a Western society and there's a crowd of people and some dude's beating the shit out of a woman, everyone comes to her fucking defense. Doesn't matter what the scenario is. But if it's some dude getting the shit kicked out of him by a female, people stop and laugh. Like, So right off the bat, oh, look at this dude getting his ass kicked by a girl, which is sexist towards women. And then a man's masculinity is immediately challenged because he's getting his ass kicked by a girl. So it's sexist towards women and it's demeaning towards men and it's disgusting. You know, this is a point I've made on my YouTube channel before. Have you seen some of these female UFC fighters? I mean, come on. That's not to say men are weak. That's not to say women are weak. Humans are tough creatures. We go through a lot. And sometimes our struggles will make us stronger. Sometimes. Yeah. Case in point, you know, busting your ass for an honest pie, you know, busting your ass for some delicious pizza, that feels good. It makes the pizza taste that much better because you worked your ass off for it. And that's what life's all about, Facebook. And here's the thing of it. When you're trying to make something of yourself, you're going to have a lot of motherfuckers talk shit and say you're not good enough. And that applies to pretty much your career and your dating scene. You're going to have people tell you, well, you're not good enough to date me, or you're not good enough to work for my company, Well, screw them. Then they're not the one for you. You know. Pop-ups. Damn. You know, and then when I see pictures of hot-ass chicks wearing my Cobra Craft Wands t-shirt, that a fan helped me design the logo, and then another fan made a shirt with it on there, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. Like, hey, check that out. And you see Jesse Ryan wearing it on the Dip Run, which aired in Hollywood, which is even cooler. You know, it's little things like that that help gain influence. Yeah, still got the mud jug. Oh, isn't that pretty? And I'm not going to lie, the last couple of days have been kind of depressing because of the shit I've been going through dealing with assholes on social media. But I rise above it, and I'm not going to let it get to me. I refuse to let it get to me. I refuse to quit making videos because that's exactly what these trolls want. They want me to give up. They're jealous of my influence and they want me to give up. And I refuse to give up, Facebook. Got these assholes starting drama with ex-high school crushes and stupid shit like that. And I'm just like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. I basically told my trolls to leave them peeps the fuck alone. I might have had my 2 cents on the opinion, yes, but I quite frankly and literally said, leave her the fuck alone. Creating these fake ass Victoria accounts, trying to strike a nerve with me, and I'm like, I'm not gonna let it get to me. But at the same time, I'm not gonna stand for it. I'm gonna say, you know what, leave her the fuck alone. This bullshit. It's the ex-high school crush. Leave her the fuck alone. Creating fake Victoria accounts and flirting with me on YouTube when she's got a boyfriend is fucking childish, immature, and stupid. And quite frankly, I'm not going to stand for it. I don't care if I get with her or not. I'm just saying, you want to pick on somebody, pick on me. Leave her the fuck alone, dude. You don't like my videos? That's fine. You want to pick on me, call me every name in the book? That's fine. But you leave people I know the fuck alone. Like, why you gotta bring them into it, dude? What purpose does it serve? Because you're no longer picking on me at that point. You're dragging other people into it, and that's not cool. That's not cool, Facebook. And quite frankly, I'm not going to stand for it. You know, I already have a negative track record with women because I get perceived as creepy, so most women will not take the time to get to know me because of that, or they think I'm so attractive they don't approach me, which, what do you do? That's life. But this kind of crap doesn't help, and this is exactly what my trolls want. They want to see me struggle with women that much more, so I bitch about it. Well, I'm not going to bitch about it, because it just shows you how fucking shallow and pathetic their life is. Pizza burps are delicious. Excuse me. Yeah. And once I started getting real with it on that video, it just felt good to just say what I wanted to say. Like, just, you know, and once it came out, I'm like, oh, haha. I do realize that my dating potential would increase if I had a car. I got the muscles, I got the height, I got the dong. I make a decent living with the wands. But I'd have to make a lot more wands to own a car, and it could be done, but it would kind of take away from the exclusiveness of it. And at this point, you know, I can't afford a car, and I'm okay with that. You know. But I can't afford to get my driver's license. That's like, what, $20? I get the booklet from the DMV and study, and then I go and take it. After I get my driver's license, then I can save up for a car. You know, that's the first step. Because you never know in the near distant future when you could actually afford to drive a car. Wouldn't that be nice? And no sense in being able to afford to drive a car when you don't have a driver's license. So if I want to even start heading in that general direction, then, you know, the first step would be getting my driver's license. I've been driving before. I'm actually not too bad at it. And of course, I wouldn't drive impaired. That's just stupid. And there's like a shit ton of snow on the ground, so yeah. Friend comes over to visit. And I offered a slice of pizza, and even he said it was good. He was like, dude, some dank ass shit. I'm like, right. Now, was this pizza a tad bit expensive? Yes, but that's all right because Dank Pizza has uploaded. Yeah. No, one of my half sisters is in college, and you know, I think she'll like this video of the dogs that I made. Yeah. Fellow YouTubers. So I got 22 views, 2 likes. Yeah, cool beans, man. 1 comment, but I'm like, I don't see it. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. That pizza's a little bit cheaper when you order a smaller version, but But yeah, that's a pretty dank combination of pizza, if I do say so myself. And ordering 1 or 2 pizzas with your one money isn't going to hurt nothing. But spending all your money on pizza, that's just stupid. You know, the way I see it. And now I suspect that she's getting random requests from strange fake Instagram accounts because of my asshole trolls. And I'm like, really, dude? Like, if I can leave her the fuck alone, why can't you? You know, like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, these women have done nothing to deserve the harassment that I get. And the only reason these trolls are harassing her is because I had a crush on her for about 10 plus years. It's stupid, dude. I'm over here like getting over that crush and telling myself, I don't care. I hope she's happy and that she's successful with her life, and I wish her nothing but the best. And then these trolls come in here and start creating and doing their bullshit, and I'm just like, I've already had my trolls scare off 2 girls. One of them was my girlfriend, and the other one was a girl I wanted to ask out. And they think it's funny because they're like, oh, hey, we scared off one of his girlfriends. We scared off a girl he wanted to ask out. Now we're going to start drama with a girl he used to have a crush on. This is hilarious. And I'm over here like, dude, that's fucking childish and stupid. What does that serve you other than a couple of cheap laughs? Like, oh, ha ha. We're making this autistic's life more difficult than it needs to be. Oh, you're just saying that for sympathy. Fuck off. Why else are they doing it? Let's be real for a second. Why else are they doing it? They're not doing it because of my glasses. They're not doing it because of the way I dress. Well, that's partly because of why they do it. But that's not me looking for sympathy. That's just me telling it like it is. People who have autism get fucked with because they have a lot of potential. And for some people, they can't handle that. It's the idea that the underdog can actually achieve and succeed. And it strikes a chord with some people, and it rubs people the wrong way. And there's nothing wrong with watching the underdog succeed for a change. So I don't know why it's rubbing people the wrong way, but yeah, I can't control what trolls do or say. I can only control how I respond to it. Like, it's been a hot minute since I've crushed on this chick, and now she's being brought back up because of these stupid trolls, and I'm just like, really? I'm trying to forget about this chick and move on with my life, and they're not making it easy. But then again, people never make anything easy, do they? Nope. I'm not just drinking to celebrate the success of my wand business. I'm also drinking to get to help me deal with some shit, you know. And sometimes having a couple drinks every now and then helps with it. I'm not saying it's an excuse to start drinking heavily, but every now and then it feels good to let loose and, you know. And to be brutally fair, I haven't been stupid drunk in several days. I don't drink every fucking day, but every once in a while, you know, I'm like, hey, let's have a squizzle. Ugh, social media is just, ain't that the fucking truth? uh, Social media is a fickle son of a bitch. Let me tell you, you can get attacked for just having a personal opinion, and it's stupid. Someone says, I like Ford pickup trucks. Another person says, well, you're a faggot because Chevys are better. That sounds like a lot of conversations people have had on social media, does it not? Now, if people like that would have said, you know, that's your opinion, but I like Chevys. Okay. That's a respectable response. But if the person's not deliberately attacking you, why do you gotta deliberately attack them? That doesn't make any sense. And the unfortunate reality of it is how I found out that Victoria account was fake. I had to look her up on social media. That felt really embarrassing because I'm like, no, I shouldn't have to do this. But then I looked it up and I'm like, yeah, sure enough. You know, and I'm like, you know what? That's fucking stupid. You people are pieces of shit. You know that? You think you're being cute. But you're not. You're just being a pain in the ass. So I'm like, oh, wow. I mean, that's a natural response when you wonder about how people are doing. You look them up every now and then just to see how they're doing. Nothing wrong with that. That's the thing of it is, I'm not going to let these trolls scare me off of social media. Some part of me does like making videos and connecting with a wide variety of people. So, doesn't matter what they do. Oof. Oh. I'm not looking forward to being 28, but I'm accepting it. And I'm just grateful I'm still in my 20s. I guess that's the best way to look at it. You know, I ran into one of my ex-girlfriends earlier today, and of course, she was complaining about the situation she's in regarding a so-called boyfriend. And I did feel bad for her, but at the same time, I'm like, well, you broke up with me, so I'm sorry that the people you try to date are pieces of shit compared to me, but, you know, you choose to date who you date, and sometimes at first glance, it's hard to see people for who they really are because people are good at disguises of their personality and such. They put on this facade, and then you see what people are like behind closed doors. It's no different with relationships, mind you. Couples will put off this facade like they're the most perfect couple ever. Check out our trip we just had. But behind closed doors, it's a different story, isn't it? It always is. It always is. And one of the things that helped me get over my ex-crush, I'm like, dude, I got tons of chicks that watch my videos religiously. That's just one chick compared to thousands. You know. Oh. God damn it. Oh. You know what? Fuck these loser ass trolls. They can all bite my hairy white Asperger's. Isn't that just the sickest bottle opener you ever did see? It's a bottle opener in the shape of a cobra. Yeah. I'll be damned. My first girlfriend gave it to me. And every time I look at it, I'm reminded of what an asshole I was for my shitty mistakes. And how I let the confidence of getting laid go to my fucking head, and not the right one either. But albeit when I made my shitty mistakes, me and Stephanie were long distance. Case in point, long distance relationships don't work out. Oh. But I'm the asshole for saying it's right. I will say this, though. After it happened, I immediately regretted it. And I could have gotten away with it if I would have kept my mouth shut. But the guilt of doing that was eating me up inside. So I had to say something. And it ended an otherwise perfect relationship that I had. So if you got a good woman that's willing to put up with your bullshit, don't cheat on her, bud. I don't care if she's long distance or not. If you really love that woman, you won't cheat on her. And that's just the reality of it. And I did love... hold on a second. I'll call you back here in a second. I did love Stephanie, but I made some piss poor decisions, and you know, which ended up leading her to eventually marry one of my good friends. So at least she's not with somebody who treats her wrong, you know, which is good. You know, that's all you can hope for with your exes, is that even if they treated you like shit, then hopefully there was someone who treats them like shit, because it's hilarious. But if they were good to you and things ended pretty sour, then all you can do is hope that there was someone who's good to them, and vice versa, you know? You can't spend the rest of your life holding grudges over your exes. That's going to make you a miserable son of a bitch on the dating scene, trust and believe. You think the next guy you want to date, ladies, wants to hear about what a piece of shit your last boyfriend was? And that's just the thing of it. Do you think women want to hear about a man's exes? Fuck no. Fuck to the no. But yeah, I'll be kicking some Asperger's, getting another batch of wands done, doing what I gotta do. I'll catch you cool cobras on the flip side, yo.